Hi everybody. Welcome to another episode of Maple's Corner, Becoming a Lawyer, Part 2. As I explained in the last video, if you haven't watched it and you're planning to become an attorney in South Africa, then it would be best for you to go and watch that video. Okay, the reason why I am so absent-minded is because I actually saved everything that I was going to talk about today. I didn't want it to be just generic. I wanted to go into detail. Now it's showing me things that... Guys, where did I say that? Okay, guys, let me just thank you for tuning in, for being so supportive, for subscribing. I really appreciate it. And for those who are new, welcome to my channel, and please do click on the red button that says subscribe. And we are about to get into part 2 of becoming an attorney. This is the last part, and then from here on we're just going to be talking about the things like here in the lawyer corner. We're just going to be talking about the general things that are happening in the country, legally related. So for some of the things that I'm going to be explaining, I am going to put them on this side of your screen, okay, just so that you can pause it and you can screenshot, or you can quickly write whatever you need to write down. So as I had explained in the first video, that I am explaining my journey. Thus I am explaining from the university that I went to, the route that I took, and yeah, I am only speaking from experience. And let's do this. So it's after graduation. Oh, and before we get into that, I would just like to congratulate everybody who unfortunately graduated under the COVID situation. Well done. Shout out also to Molagadi Muiponi Manaswe, a very close friend of mine, and I'm going to insert her picture over here. You guys have met her. Her name is Lolo. We call her Lolo. Congratulations, Ngala. I love you so much, and wishing you nothing but prosperity, wealth, and a well of knowledge. Okay, cool. Congratulations to everybody. So now we're gonna go into it. So now you have graduated. Okay, now that you've graduated and you've decided, you know what, I want to take the route of becoming an attorney. I want to be an attorney. I want to have my law firm. I want to practice. I want to be a practicing attorney. I think my dad is here. So, you've graduated. So if you have decided that you want to become an attorney, that means you've been trying to also secure your articles somewhere at a law firm. And if you are one of the lucky ones, then that's good. That's sorry, I just wanted to move back a bit. That's one less stress to worry about when you go into this new year. You go into the new year having a job. But if you don't have a job, that's not all doom and gloom for you. What you can do is that what most of us did, or most of my friends who didn't get jobs, is that we went to law school full-time. So you can go to law school full-time. So basically what law school does is that it prepares you basically for the board exam. You are going to do about 15 modules in the 6 months. It sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. And you get your 15 modules and you start going at it. You have a few options. You can go during the day, like I did, because I didn't have a job. You go during the day and you attend your classes, and that's that. And if you are working and you think you can juggle school and work, you can go to night classes, because they were night classes. And then if you feel like, okay, I don't think I can do it in 6 months, or you are working, or you just feel like 6 months is too little, then you can also do it for a period of 12 months, spread out throughout the whole year. Then you get your 15 modules, and in the 15 modules, you're going to write you're gonna write exams for all 15, right? And you're gonna get like a certificate if you get a distinction. Uh, then in the 15 modules, then comes where they prepare you for your board exams. So your board exams is 4 papers. The first paper, paper 1, is basically you're going to be writing about criminal court practice. I'm reading them over there. It's criminal court practice, it's high court practice, guys, excuse me, and it's magistrate court practice and personal injury claims. All of those things are going to be in your first, all of those are going to be all compressed in your first paper. Your paper 1 is one of your biggest papers. Even the studying, you'll see it's very intense. You need to really go in. But I mean, if you understand how your court processes work, then you understand that when it goes to, magistrate court, this is how they do things. When they go to high court, this is how they do things. And personal injury claims, those are basically road accident fund matters and malpractice matters, where there's personal injury. Then you have your paper 2. Your paper 2 is, I think it's bookkeeping, the accounting that I didn't do when I was in high school. People who did it, this is where it's going to come in very handy, because it teaches you how to balance out your books when you run your practice. It shows you how to open a trust account and how to run a trust account and how to take money to your business, when to take your money to your business, creditors to pay, all of that. It shows you everything of how to run a practice. That's your bookkeeping, okay? And I feel like you don't necessarily have to do your own bookkeeping when you open your practice. You can appoint a bookkeeper. But if you're still a little firm, I mean, you need to understand how the bookkeeping works. So that is very necessary. Then the third paper is ethics. That paper gave me the worst time. My story with ethics, my whole story with becoming an attorney, guys, it took very long for me to actually get where I was getting, because of very weird setbacks, which felt like they were man-made setbacks. And I don't want to blame anybody, but you know what, God has a plan, and I finally got it. Ethics basically teaches you about basically the ethics of running a practice. That if a person comes into your law firm with 100,000 rand in a duffel bag, and they say, I killed somebody and you need to represent me, can you just take that money? No, there's fika, it teaches you about the processes of just being ethical. Can you borrow money from your clients? Can you book vacations for your clients? Is that ethically correct? Can you charge lower, like extremely lower than your competitors, so that people come to you? And like, it teaches you a whole lot of stuff, right? And then paper 4, that's deceased estates. Loved it, did it, it was enjoyable. I enjoyed it because I also did deceased estates in university. Okay, cool, 6 months is done. Now we're going to write the exam. Like I've already mentioned, 4 exams. I took 4. There's no pressure. I don't know where I got the pressure, but I just felt pressurized to say, we just did all these things now in law school. Maybe I'll be able to just pass everything. Let me take everything. And I took everything, guys, and it trapped me. I think I got out with 1, right? And then I just realized I need to stop doing all this being pressured and trying to like looking at your not counterparts, your colleagues or your learned friends, and just trying to go with their pace. Like, I recently learned something, that the biggest lies are the lies we tell ourselves. So I actually lied to myself, and I told myself, girl, you can do it, you can do it. And I didn't do it because I wasn't that person. So fast forward, while I was in law school, I was also sending out my CV, trying to secure articles. So then in January, got a call saying, hey lady, we got your email in October, do you mind coming for an interview? Went for an interview, I got the job, and I did my articles there. I'm doing my articles. Because I went to law school, I did my articles. My articles were supposed to be for 1 year. But if you don't go to law school, right, and you maybe you from varsity you go to articles and then you write your board exams and you don't have any law school, then you're gonna have to do your articles for 2 years. So 6 months basically erased a whole year for me to do articles. So that's also a plus, you know. And it's also a plus because you get to actually extensively learn from the lecturers or from the tutors in class before you go and write an exam, which is always beneficial. When you're going to write an exam, it's nice for somebody just to stand in front of you and explain, this is what it means, this is what I'm saying, you know. It's always very nice. Okay, one thing I know that other law firms expect you to actually take all 4 exams and ace them, and if you don't ace them, they might not retain you. Like, it might be like when you're done with your articles, it's like, deuces, bye, we're good. So you don't want that. So if you are in a situation where your law firm wants you to like take all 4 exams, and obviously if they want you to take 4, they want you to pass all 4, you know. And I would recommend that you get a study group. It is highly recommendable that you get a study group, because guys, the thing about a study group is that even if it's like 4 or 3 of you guys, you study this, you study that, you study that, you guys come together and explain it differently, or how each of you understand it. It will stick in your head, trust me. It will stick in your head. Another benefit a beneficial thing that I can share with you guys is that for me, bookkeeping was really a problem, because why? I did say numbers are not my best friend. So there was a lecturer there who was teaching us. He was actually, most of the people who were teaching us were practicing attorneys, and they were just teaching at the law. So I don't think they were getting paid to teach us. I think it was just something that they were giving back to the law profession. So one of the lecturer for bookkeeping for the night class, I think, we approached him. A few of us who were having a battle approached him and said, you know what, we are writing the exam in the next week or so. I think it was a week. And we were like, can we get classes with you for this week? We are willing to pay. Each of us will pop out 350 or 400. And we were about 10, 11. I mean, that's a good sum of money. And guys, that was a good 350 rand spent, because he explained, we understood. It was amazing. And then we passed our exams. We passed our exams. Yeah. So you will get to draft your application. I'm sure there's a template somewhere, and you basically write everything. You know, where you were born. Literally, it's about everything. Where you were born, where you went to high school, where you went to varsity, what you did after varsity, when you wrote your exams, why are you admitted now, if you did articles there and you did articles there, explaining your move and explaining that I'm done with everything. I think I am qualified. I have the knowledge. Please, can you admit me as a legal practitioner, as the Legal Practice Act requires? And yeah, I am a fit and proper person. And you draft your application, and then what's going to happen is that your application is going to be like this thick, very thick. It's going to have your attachments also. You are going to give it to an advocate who you want to represent you on the day. He will go through it, or an attorney that you would want to represent you on the day. He would go through your applications. He will show you the little mistakes, that this is a capital letter, this is a small letter, hyphen here, comma here, just to make it legally perfect. Okay, then if everything is good, if he gives you the thumbs up, then you make about, I think you make 3 to 4. So after you have done your application, you've printed out your documents, you are going to print out, I think it's about 4 copies of that thick bundle. All right, so then you're going to go to court. And you're going to go to court, you're going to go to where you get your date for admission. And then the lady will tell you, okay, my darling, we have dates for July. Okay. And then you're going to say, okay, you're going to have to look at the calendar to say, this application needs to sit at the Law Society for a good 30 days. So give yourself 30 days plus, about 35 days for yourself, And then you're like, okay, no, cool, I'll take this date in July. Then you write your date on all your other applications. You leave one copy in there. You have your case number. You leave it in there. You give it to them. They are expecting you to come here a week before your matter is heard and just change your file, put in the originals and whatever. And they're like, okay, there's your date. Bye, ma'am. Bye. You take your 3 bundles which have been stamped by the court. All these interruptions. So you take your 3 bundles that have been stamped by the court and you go to the Law Society, now called the Legal Practice Council. The Legal Practice Council will say, okay, madam, we see that you drafted an application and you want to get admitted as an attorney. So what's going to happen is that your papers are going to lie with the Law Society for 30 days. But you knew that already. So that means you know that you're secured there. You have your date ready. You're good. 30 calendar days. That's what it says. So your application lies there and they are going to go through it, guys, like a fine-tooth comb. They are going to go through it. They are gonna go through it. For me, they went through it and they sent me an email. I think it was 16 days before the day of admission, and they told me that I had about 13 amendments or 13 mistakes that I had to change. So that happens. That's why you need to also save a copy on your laptop so that when they come and say you need to change this or say this, don't say it like this, say it like this. Why did you say the 11th when the Law Society said you started your articles on the 12th? Like you need, like, that is going to happen, right? You amend and you take it back, and you better amend it properly, because now if they send it to you again, it's going to frustrate you. It's really going to frustrate you. So you must just try your best to just do it perfectly the first time. If everything is cool, it's processed, they do what? Ring you up and tell you, baby girl, everything is cool, your papers have been lifted, you can come and take your documents. Okay, thank you so much. Then you get there, and what do they also give you? They give you your 4 certificates from your board exams. So this is the first time, after writing those exams all those times, this is the first time you get to see your 4 certificates. You hold them, you're like, I did it. Then you quickly run to court, because the section where you have to, in Pretoria, the section where you have to get your date or change your file closes at 12 o'clock. Quickly run there, change your annexures, go to the laptop, change your index, make it look proper, paginate, make it look crisp and beautiful, so that when the judges go through it, they can see that the person who's getting admitted here, like, you take yourself serious, the integrity of the profession, your documents are crisp and beautiful and clean, guys. Like, they need to be clean because it's white paper. And if you're gonna touch your face with makeup, make sure you've got wipes. You don't want your papers looking untidy, because they are gonna judge you. I'm not gonna lie. Kitty judge. But oh judge, baby girl, this one with the dirty things, with the foundation on her application. Oh, so yeah, make sure it's clean, make sure you do everything, make sure everything is proper, and then you submit it. And then on the date of admission, they call you up, you take your oath, and then you become an attorney. So you could be bald and you can just say, because I'm an attorney, I'm going to open my own law firm. Or like most of us who are scaredy cats, you're like, I'm just going to try and gain all the experience that I need where I'm working, work at different places, find my niche, and then open my own law firm. And you don't always have to open your own law firm. Sometimes you go into practice because we all don't know what to expect when we get in there. So some of us get in there and you realize, mate, this isn't for me. I do love the law, but this practicing thing, this is not for me. Thank you, bye. And the lovely thing about being an attorney, you can work anywhere. You can work anywhere. That's the beauty of it. As a legal person, you can work everywhere. Everybody needs legal. Big firms need, big companies need in-house legal counsel. Small firms need someone to draft their contracts. Small firms need to sort out their labor disputes. You literally can work anywhere. Now you are an attorney. Boom, 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 boom. So that is the process. I thought that I would explain how you become an advocate, but I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not an advocate. And I don't know if it has changed for them, how they do things. So I'm not even going to go there. So yeah, guys, that's how you become an attorney in South Africa. I hope you guys enjoyed the video because I did enjoy doing it, minus all the interruptions in between. So I can't wait to see you for the next video. Hopefully it's going to come very soon because I am doing my research trying to find out what's happening, what's going to happen, because people are going through the most now during these lockdown periods. So from me to you guys is thank you for being part of this two episode series of becoming an attorney. And after this, we are gonna go in and you guys can just let me know what you want me to talk about. Let me know what you want to find out about, what you want to learn more on, and I will be your legal angel. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. It really means a lot to me because I'm not doing this necessarily for myself. I'm just hoping that even if it's one person in the world that I could never have access to gets access of this video, then I would have done something. And that goes for all my videos. Like, I feel like I just want to reach people that I would never actually reach physically. Like, because now I have like about 250, 70 subscribers. Imagine sitting in a room and there's 270 people. That's a lot. That's a lot. And I am super grateful for each and every one of you guys. So don't forget to follow me on my social media. I am Mapula Sitosa everywhere with underscore in between my name and my surname. And don't forget to hit the like and the share button, and definitely the subscribe button. Guys, side note, subscribing is free. You know, it's not like a subscription, you had your ringtone where they take 3 rand every day. No, it's free. Literally, once you're subscribed, you are a lifetime member and it's free. How about that? Alright guys, let me go. It's about that time. I need to go prepare some dinner.